Hello there everyone. It is a wonderfully wet and cool weekend in the Blue Mountains of New South Wales, Australia. I thought I would have a go at sewing up a new cozy pattern, and that is the Clyde Jacket by Elizabeth Suzann patterns. On my channel, I like to talk about all things sewing and fabric, garment making, maybe a little bit of sewing up things for my house sometimes too. My name's Rebecca and it's great to have you on board. I have purchased and printed out the pattern for this Clyde Jacket by Elizabeth Suzann, and I've cut out the fabric as well. So I'm going to have a go today at putting it together. I have cut it out in this, I think it's just like a polyester suiting, but it's very soft and it's quite thick and bouncy. I've already encountered a couple of issues because of the thickness of my fabric. It's really difficult to iron. In fact, keeping the iron on low heat so it doesn't melt anything means it doesn't do anything to the fabric. So I'm really doing a little bit of finger pressing today. I think some of the seams and the turns are going to be a little bit bigger than recommended in the pattern because of the thickness of the fabric. So I've started on the pockets and I'm looking to start making the pocket facing. Because the fabric is so thick, I have done the pocket facing in a different fabric, just a cotton. So this is what some of the pieces look like. And I'm hoping I've guessed right and I don't have to recut, but that may be in the cards yet. This will be the outside and this will be the inside facing. Yeah, I thought if I end up with the seams and there's 4 layers of fabric plus the seams where you're folding things over, that will be a lot of thick fabric together and that would be too much. So I've got the cotton for the facing. I've got this for the outside. It should be nice and cozy if I can pull it off. And I think this colorway will go with loads of things I've got in my wardrobe at the moment. I have not sewn any Elizabeth Suzann patterns before, so I'm always a little bit nervous when I give a new pattern company a go, but I'm really liking it so far, the instructions and the style of the pattern. So I'm just going to read you the little overview or description of the pattern. It says, our favorite outerwear hero, the Clyde Jacket, trench or vest. So there's 3 views. It's a combination of our essential Clyde pocket, traditional trench vibes, and a relaxed slouchy fit. With added swing and a large shawl collar. I must admit that's what drew me in, the shawl collar. It has a deliciously nostalgic shape while still feeling ultra modern. Its massive pockets carry anything you need. I really like the fabrics that are on the website, and I'll pop in a few of them for you to have a look at. Makes it look quite stylish but also really cozy and comfortable. It says it's an intermediate difficulty, suitable for sewers of all levels. This pattern requires handling a large project and top stitching. This pattern has 6 pattern pieces for jacket and trench, 5 pattern pieces for the vest view, and can be completed in about 5 hours, including cutting time. I've already got mine cut out, all the pattern pieces. I'm ready to start on the first few instructions. I've got my machine set up and I'm going to give it a go and come sew with me today. My first sewing step on both pockets, I sewed them both to the wrong side straight away with great confidence. Now that I've got my first error over and done with, let's do some unstitching and do that whole step again. Here's what we've got so far. This is the front of the very large pocket. Hard to get into the shot without it all falling down. We'll see what happens. Okay, so there's 3 pieces together so far. On the back. So the pocket bag itself is together. They said, the instructions said to be very careful that you mirror. There's definitely a back and a front to this piece at the back here. So the markings are on the fabric, but just to make sure, I popped a pin on both pockets to show me which is the back side. That will go towards the back of the jacket, and made sure they were going to mirror. Okay, so halfway through the pockets, they are a large part of the garment, so I guess they're going to take a large part of the instructions. Okay, we have something that's starting to resemble a jacket. This is the back piece and the front / side panels with the pockets so far. Okay, the next step is really unusual. I've not done before. This front panel with the pocket, I'm pretty sure we're about to attach another piece to the front, which will be the shawl collar, and that will then fold back. Okay, let's give it a whirl. Sewing is going okay. I have had my thread break a couple of times, so I'm going to assume that the jeans needle is the wrong needle to use. I'm going to switch over and try out a Microtex needle because I've used those before for quilting through multiple layers. So that's what I'm going to try next, and I'm just finishing off some seams, and then I'll try and get the whole picture of what I've put together so far. Okay, Microtex needle for the wind go through the thickness and the two different types of fabric. I've got a little bit of ironing to do and a little bit of top stitching to do before I attempt the shawl collar. I've done my top stitching. It's not really a feature because of the plushness and the thickness of the fabric, but it is going to hold the seams nice and neatly in the correct direction. So the iron didn't really do much to the fabric, so it was just a lot of go slow and finger press as I went along with all those seams. I'm going to take a little break, go and have some lunch. Hello, hello. I had some delicious homemade pea and ham soup for lunch. I am working on the shawl collar. I'm pretty sure I've made a large error and it's too late to undo it. Oh no! I did find the instructions a little bit tricky. What I was doing on my piece of fabric did not match the pictures, and I read and I reread, and in the end I decided to have a go, and I don't think it was the correct thing to do. I have a feeling I was supposed to attach the collar to the rest of the garment right side to wrong side, so then it could fold back and you see the right side. I did not do that. So if I fold it back now, the wrong side will be facing out. So what I've decided to do is, since it's quite a large piece of collar and piece of fabric, I have folded it over underneath. This is the inside, but that will hopefully fold out a bit. And I've tucked the raw edge under here. It's a bit like a waistband. When you fold over your waistband to maybe run some elastic through, that's what I'm going to do. I think to unpick what I did, because there were so many little corners, I think I just pull it totally out of shape. So it's not the correct step, but I'm hoping it's still going to work out as an okay jacket slash cardigan. I've done it in 3 sections because it's not a straight line. I did the back, I've done one side all the way down, and now I'm about to sew the other side of the shawl collar. The fabric has really come in handy because the lines have made it really easy to line up and sew instead of measuring everything. So Okay, well, that's a win. Perhaps that is how I was supposed to do it. I felt like that's not what the instructions said, but I'm happy with that. That sat really well, and I think that's a nice, neat finish. And I'm going to do the bottom hem. Let's see if we can get a look at the length. Obviously, sleeves yet to go. We have 2 sleeves. The cuff is already finished. You do that first, then the inner seam. And now I've just got to pop the sleeves inside the jacket / cardigan. Okay. Because it's a little bit stretchy, should be able to ease it in okay, and then finish it all off. I've popped a small pin on the side with the double notches because it was a bit tricky to see on this fabric, and that should make it a little bit easier to match up. The first sleeve has gone in really well. When I cut this out, I did not realize this would be color blocked. I actually thought this was going to be bagging on the inside of the front. However, I quite like it. I quite like it. Adds a little bit of interest. Yeah. Which one? That's the front. Yeah, so just that little splash, and then inside the pocket is also that milk chocolatey brown. All right, I'm going to pop the other sleeve in, and then there might just be enough light outside for me to go and take some photos. So there we have it, a brand new jacket. a Clyde Jacket by Elizabeth Suzann patterns. Would I make this jacket again? Yes. I really like the style and it's very cozy. Would I color block again? No, I would not. It's okay. I don't love it. I like it. I think it would look better with the continuous fabric and I think it would sit better, and this cotton is already catching instead of flowing, yeah, with things underneath it. So I think if the whole thing was this suiting fabric, that would have been better. My error, but that is fine. It certainly has helped with bulk of seams and things like that. But I will get some wear out of this. The shawl collar is sitting well. And in the photos or a little video, I tried to show you that it will still, even though I went down the size, it would still wrap around me okay. Because it's nice and thick, the collar can come up. You could certainly add buttons or a brooch or something if you wanted to wear it like this. But otherwise, that shawl collar is going to sit nicely around the neck. The only thing I didn't like was, you might have noticed in the video and the photos, because this is so thick, it doesn't stay turned. I suppose I could do a little bit of a hand stitching. It kind of sticks out a little bit with a bit more structure. I don't actually mind it. That's okay with me. Yeah, so Clyde Jacket. This was L/XL, Elizabeth Suzann. As always, I'll link everything below. I hope you enjoyed that little walk with me through a pattern, making a pattern in a day, making a jacket in a day. I didn't know if I could, but there we have it. My first Elizabeth Suzann pattern and my first jacket ever. Hooray! Hooray! Whatever you're making, I hope you're enjoying it. Thanks so much for joining me today. Bye for now, everyone.